Good evening, children. Now we are going to discuss about the taxonomic hierarchy. Taxonomic hierarchy. It is also called as Linnean hierarchy, according to the name of the Carolus Linnaeus. It is the arrangement of classificatory unit in successive successive classificatory unit in successive level of the biological classification. The unit of any rank is known as taxon. So taxon is the smallest unit. See, Linnaeus used 5 category, but now it is 7. Suppose this is the classification of the man. We can call this it is the address of the man in the animal kingdom. Tama manankara animal kingdom ra address. First one, kingdom, that is Animalia. Phylum, Chordata, Chordata. Class, Mammalia, Mammalia. Order, Primate, Primate. Family, Hominidae, Hominidae. Genus, Homo. Sapiens, and the species is sapien, sapiens. So to remember, we have to remember all this in the sequence. That is the, so it is easy to remember. See, king, specio for good student, K for kingdom, P for phylum, C for class, O for order, F for family, G for genus, S for species. So this is the abbreviation so that you can remember the classification. Then comes the species concept. The species concept was first proposed by John Ray. Species को हमें ओडिया रे प्रजाति बोली कहो. The most accepted species concept is the biological species concept given by Ernest Mayr, ERNST, Ernest Mayr. Definition of species. A species are a group who can interbreed, interbreed, interbreed among themselves naturally and reproductively isolated from other such groups. The two species can breed under laboratory conditions but not naturally. So like, see, the male lion and the female tiger, see, the species can be bred under laboratory conditions. Suppose the male lion, when bred with the female tiger, the hybrid is known as liger. Just in the reverse, the tiger, male tiger and the female lion, the hybrid is tigon, Tigon. Then male horse and the female donkey, hinny, hybrid species is hinny, Hinny. Then male donkey and the female horse, the hybrid is mule, Mule. Male zebra and female horse, the hybrid is Zorse, Zorse. Then the male zebra and the female donkey, the hybrid species is Zebronki. Then next, the characteristics of species. They are natural interbreeding species. Members of different species do not interbreed. Members of the species share a common gene pool. Gene pool means sum total of the gene of that particular species that is found in a particular environment. That is called as the gene pool. Members shows common distinctive characters. So, आमे ओडिया रे ताको प्रजाति बोली कहू. The species they share a common character and they can reproduce. The simple thing you have to remember, the definition of species is the species are group of animals having similar characters and they can interbreed among themselves naturally. Then comes the taxonomic aid. Aid means help. Taxonomic aid. These are the procedures and the techniques used to store and preserve information as well as species of various plants and animals which help in identification, naming and classification of the organisms. These taxonomic tools include herbarium, botanical gardens, museum, zoo, taxonomic keys, flora, manuals and etc. Then we will discuss one by one. Then herbarium. Herbarium, it is a museum of preserved plants that are used for botanical research. Each collected specimen is dried, D-R-I-E-D, dried, mounted on archival paper and affixed with a label providing date, place of the collection and scientific name, family, collector's name, etc. Herbaria across the globe provides a record of the plant diversity on the earth. Simply we can describe this is an album of the plant. As we are preserving our photos in the album, in the same way the scientists preserve the plants in a particular sheet of paper, that is called as the herbarium. Then botanical gardens. See, botanical gardens are, a botanical garden is a garden where a wide range of plants are grown for the exhibition and the scientific study. Each plant is labeled with its scientific name and family. Conservation of rare plants helps in botanical research. So, we can preserve some very rare plants there. Famous botanical gardens are Acharya Jagdish Chandra Bose or Indian Botanical Garden, Kolkata, National Botanical Research Institute, Lucknow, UP, Brindaban Garden, Mysore, Karnataka, Lal Bagh Garden in Bangalore. Then comes the museum. It is a building or a place where scientific specimens, objects of historical, scientific, artistic or cultural interest are stored and displayed. Biological museums are usually set up in educational institutes like school, colleges for the purpose of education and research. Collection of skeleton of animals are also seen there in the museums. Then comes the taxonomic key. It is the simple taxonomic aid to identify the unknown organisms based on their similarities and the dissimilarities. In each step, a pair of contrasting statements are given called as couplet. Out of two opposite options in every step, the user has to select the correct choice to identify a specimen. Each alternative option of the key is called as lead. Different taxonomic keys are used to identify family and genus species. These are the way by which we can do the classifications, or these are the things that helps in to study classification. Flora mean collection of the flowers or the plants. Manuals we have the manuals of the trees. Monographs, catalogs are used as a taxonomic aid which help in correct identification. Suppose you are finding any animal or a plant, you have to take the help of this thing to identify those plants or animals. The flora gives the detailed information of the habitat and the distribution of the plant of the particular area. The manual provides the information for the identification of the species found in a given area, and the monograph contains descriptive information of the taxon.